Hey guys, it's Zach from the Cant channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to complete Expedition 19 as quickly as possible in No Man's Sky. Now from completing the expedition, you'll get a new robotic companion that looks like this, and not only will you get some really cool pieces for your Corvette, but you'll also learn everything about your Corvette on this expedition. Now, one massive tip I can give you before starting this expedition is always claim your rewards from the milestones once you complete them, as some of the rewards will actually give you things to help you to complete the following milestones. Now, there are two ways you can actually start this expedition. You can either create a new game save and start the expedition from the select game mode page, or you can head on your main save and go to the anomaly, and then head on to the expedition terminal. You'll then be able to start the expedition from this terminal, as well as bring in any technology or cargo you want to help you out on the expedition. Now, if you do want to do this method, if you go onto the expedition on your main save and you head back to the anomaly, you'll be able to then create a copy of your starship and your multi-tool, which will make doing this expedition go a lot faster. The three items that I highly recommend you bring is 150 silver, 270 gold, and 3 warp cells. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to start the expedition on a new save so that if anyone else is new to the game, they won't have to have a main save in order to complete this as quickly as possible. Once you're on the planet, you'll need to then get 50 ferrite dust, 30 oxygen, 40 silicate powder, 60 copper, then 300 carbon, which you can get from the trees on the planet. Once you've gathered all the materials, you can then locate your starship. You're then going to choose to receive the incoming call, and then you'll need to retrieve the orbital uplink blueprint. Once you get the orbital uplink, you'll need to then build the portable refiner, and once you do that, you're then going to refine the copper into chromatic metal. Once you've refined your chromatic metal, you can then craft the orbital uplink, and once activated, will teleport you to the nearest space station. Once you do this, you'll then complete the milestone called Link to the Stars. Once you do that, it's going to reward you with the most basic Corvette modules, so then you need to go to the Corvette workshop and create your Corvette. Once you've built your Corvette, you can then finalize your current design, and then you're going to claim the ship and swap it out for your current ship. Once you do that, you're going to hop into your Corvette, open up the build menu, and then you're going to build the mission radar. Once you do that, you'll then complete the milestone called Ship Architecture. Once you claim the rewards of that milestone, you're going to get a lot of modules, which I suggest you install. Now, once you complete that milestone, you're going to fly out into space, and now you'll need to go to the Sintuisi Ochi planet. Once you've reached the surface of the planet, you're going to open up your starship menu. You're then going to say autopilot management, and then you're just going to maintain the current flight path. Now, once you do this for 30 seconds, you'll then get the cruising milestone completed. Now, while the autopilot is active, you're going to walk around your ship and bring out your visor. And what you're going to do is you're going to look for the salvage containers. So there we have one over there. We're going to mark it. And once we mark it, we're going to take over the pilot again. And then we're going to fly over to that salvage container. And once we get there, we're just literally going to shoot into the ground. And what this is going to do is it's going to destroy that salvage container without us having to leave the ship. And as you can see, we're getting more Corvette pieces. Now you're going to repeat this process until you get 5 Corvette modules, which will complete the salvaging milestone. After completing those milestones, you would have gotten the cyclotron ballista as well as the Dyson pump, which you should install. Also, while you're on this planet, if you scan 3 animals, you'll get the Wild Things milestone. After getting the Wild Things milestone, you want to claim the reward, and this is going to give you an echolocator. You're then going to use the echolocator on this planet, and then you're going to land by the settlement. Once here, you're going to head to the harmonic interface. You're then going to scan memory registers, and essentially it's going to give you an equation, and the glyphs you'll need to use will be the results of that equation. Once you've done it correctly, you can lift lockdown, and then you're going to re-access the harmonic terminal, and then you're going to deactivate the multi-tool seal. You're then going to head over to the left, and then you're going to claim the multi-tool inside of this case. And once you take it, you should get the milestone reclaimed weaponry. Then after that, you want to look for the corrupt sentinels with this icon. Once you've located the sentinels, you want to kill 8 sentinels, and this is going to give you the Undying Horde milestone. Now, while you are also destroying those hordes of sentinels, what you can do is actually leave the planet while you are currently undergoing the attack, and you'll end up fighting interceptors in space. Now, you'll also need to kill 3 interceptors, and then you'll get the Anarchy milestone. Now, after destroying the interceptors, you want to fly into space, and now you'll need to destroy 40 asteroids. Once you do this successfully, you should get the heavyweight milestone. After that, you then want to select the Stardiving milestone, And then you're going to leave the pilot seat of your starship. And once you do that, you're going to jump on the outside of your starship and you're going to fly towards your reactor right over here. And what you're going to do is literally just fly into the reactor until the timer reaches 60. As you can see at the bottom right, as we're doing this, the timer is going up. So this is pretty much the quickest way to do it. And once you've done it successfully, you'll get the Stardiving milestone. Once you've done that, you can then fly around your starship in outer space for 30 seconds. And once you do that, you'll get the Extravehicular milestone. Then what you want to do is pin the Flightpath milestone. And once you've done that, you're going to literally just fly with your boost or your normal flying until you reach 100,000 units. Once you've done this, you'll then complete the Flightpath milestone. After that, you want to head to one of the traders from the parked spaceships at the space station, and then you're going to buy as much chromatic metal as you can in order to fix your spaceship. Once you've acquired the chromatic metal, you can then fix your hyperdrive on your starship. Then what you want to do is visit the technology merchant with the starship symbol on it. Then what you're going to do is sell any modules that you don't need, and then buy both the green and the blue hyperdrive modules he has. Then what you want to do is install them and put at least one of them in the overcharge slot. You then want to pin the resist 1 milestone, and once you do that, you're then going to open up your galaxy map, and then you're going to warp to the marked system. And once you do that, you should complete the Cant Take The Sky milestone. Once you've reached this point, you can then summon the anomaly. Then head to the expedition terminal where you can now retrieve any of the items you've transferred over from your main save. Then what you want to do is visit the local space station in the system. You're then going to go to the station core that's located on the 2nd floor, and you're going to then interact with it. Once you've done that, you'll complete the resist 1 milestone. What you then need to do is either go to the trade station or you'll go to a trader, and now you'll need to buy about 270 gold and about 150 silver. Then after that, you want to pin the resist 2 milestone, then warp to the marked system, visit the local space station, head to the station core and interact with it, and then you'll complete the resist 2 milestone. You'll then need to build 4 growing beds on your starship, which is the living wall utility module. Then add 3 hull modules to your starship to complete the expand milestone. After claiming the rewards of the milestone, you should learn about all the various different plantable seeds, and you'll also get a pre-packaged hazmat gauntlet unit, which you should install. You're then going to buy all the uranium from the trade station terminal, then visit the in-bridge beta planet. You then want to at least get 400 gamma root from gamma weed plants. Then head back to your starship, open the build menu, go to your gamma weed plants and plant your gamma weed plants into the growing beds. Then after that, visit the Aft X planet, and once on the planet, you want to then land, and you want to then touch the ground. This will then give you the grounded milestone. Then install the fishing rig you get from the rewards onto your multi-tool. Then select the resist 3 milestone, warp to the marked system, visit the local space station, and interact with the station core to complete the resist 3 milestone. You then want to add the 3 thruster modules you got from your rewards, and once you do that, you'll complete the advanced move milestone. Then select the resist 4 milestone, warp to the marked system, visit the local space station, and interact with the station core to complete the resist 4 milestone. Then what you want to do is add 3 shield modules to your Corvette. Now if you don't happen to have 3 shield modules for your Corvette, you can just go purchase modules and then trade for the module by selecting it and then trading in Corvette parts to get that specific shield module. And once you do so, you should complete the milestone Advanced Defend. Then add 2 weapon modules to your Corvette to complete the Advanced Destroy milestone. Then buy 1 wiring loom at the trade terminal. Then build and install a conflict scanner on your starship. Once you've installed the conflict scanner, you then want to warp to a pirate system that has a skull icon on it. Once you've warped to the pirate system, you'll get the off the radar milestone completed. You then want to buy as many illegal black market goods from the black market as you can. Then select the resist 5 milestone. You're then going to warp to the marked system, visit the local space station, and interact with the station core to complete the resist 5 milestone. Then sell all your black market goods at the trade terminal, which should get you the under their nose milestone completed. Then take an in-game photo of your Corvette to complete the Aperture milestone. Then add 2 reactor modules to your Corvette, and this will complete the Advanced Heart milestone. Then go into space and use the anomaly detector you got as a reward for completing your milestone. And once you've activated it, you need to activate your pulse engines and then stop once it's found the signal. You'll then complete the Dwarfed milestone. You then want to go to the Gojo 28 G5 planet. After catching 3 fish from any pool of water on the planet, you'll then get the proteins from the sea milestone. Once you've caught some fish, you can then install a nutrition unit on your starship. And once you've done that, you can then cook one of the fish or any of the fish that you've caught. This is going to complete the fresh rations milestone. Now the next milestone you're going to do is the 1-0 milestone, which is to disable a planet's sentinel forces. Now you can go onto any planet and kill the sentinels until wave 5, until you obviously wipe out the whole entire threat. Or if you had done the salvage containers when you were on that step, you may have gotten yourself a sentinel boundary map, and this is pretty much going to show you where the sentinel pillar is on the planet. Now also, as one of the rewards from completing one of the milestones, you would have also gotten the pre-packaged cloaking device, which you'll need to install for this next step. Once you've installed the cloaking device and you have your pillar locator, what you're going to do is obviously get into your jet. You're then going to plot the route for the sentinel pillar, and once you find it, you're going to head towards it. Once you get to the sentinel pillar, you're pretty much just going to go invisible, and you're going to then access the node. You're then going to obviously choose to shut down the sentinel forces, and now you successfully shut down the sentinel threat without having to fight any sentinels at all. Once you've done that, you'll then complete the 1-0 milestone. By the time you've reached this point, you'll now be able to harvest your gamma weed. And once you've done that, you'll then complete the silent running milestone. You then want to install the emergency warp unit. Once you've installed the emergency warp unit, you're going to open up your starship menu, go to utilities, and you're going to then emergency warp. This is then going to complete the fast scramble milestone. You then want to use the emergency signal scanner, and then you're going to pulse until you find the frequency. Once you've done that, you'll then find the derelict freighter, which you'll now need to land on. Then explore the derelict freighter completely and access the final terminal. Once you've completely explored the derelict freighter, you'll complete the milestone Spacewreck. And that will also be the final milestone of the entire expedition. Now, after completing the expedition, there's actually going to be 2 optional milestones you can complete, which is the hitchhiking one in phase 4, and then there'll be another one called the resistance in phase 5, which you can choose to do if you do so please. Once you're ready to complete the expedition, summon the anomaly. Once on the anomaly, head to the expedition terminal. Now, if you started the expedition on a new save, you won't be able to transfer items directly to your main save, but if you started the expedition on your main save, you'll then be able to transfer items from the expedition to your main save. But for those that are starting new, you'll just end the expedition. Now, in order to collect some of the rewards on your main save, what you need to do is head to the anomaly, and then you're going to come over to this guy, which is called the synthesis companion. Once you're here, you're going to go collect expedition rewards, and here you'll be able to claim the rewards that you got from your new save onto your main save. And there's quite a few cool things here to claim. But yeah guys, that is how you complete expedition 19 Corvette in No Man's Sky. It's been Zach from the Cant channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.